Hey there, how we going? You good? It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It's midday here on the 8th of November, and we are rocking it as Kitty Harriers manager. Yes, we are. And there's some news. There is some news for you guys watching over there. I'll share my screen so you can take a little butchers at what's going on. Oh, yes, there is news. Welcome all. So, the news is as follows. Umar Nias has had his work permit accepted. Yes, he has. He is officially one of us. Also, he has bagged 2 goals in 2 games. Both of those goals came against Peterborough Sports. The instant that his work permit was accepted, we stuck him straight in there and he delivered. Bojaj was stuck on the bench. Other news, good news as well. Jack Lambert has signed a contract extension, a big one, until 2027. As with Football Manager, as usual, you have to give him a bit of wiggle room. I accept a low relegation release clause, but we've got a nice juicy mill on him if we stay in the league or go up. Jack Lambert will be worth a mill. There you go to anyone who wants a piece of him, providing we don't get relegated. In more news, Reece Devine is close to fitness. I think he's a couple of days away. Yeah, 7 days, a week away. And we have signed Cameron Jerome. That's right. Cameron Jerome is signed for us for a year. I'm looking to build quality in the team for next season. Reputable players as well. He's not asking for too much in terms of wage fee. And on top of that, we've got him as an ex-Bolton, ex-Luton. Look at that. He's well-travelled, though, isn't he? I do remember him back in Birmingham City and Stoke. Those days, he was brilliant as a player. So, yes, we do have Cameron Jerome. He's currently on international duty. Should be back in a couple of days. So, he'll be a nice, solid player. The reason we brought him in, Ben Beresford is technically on loan. So, we'll have to wait and see what we can do with him. Amori Morgan Smith, I'm going to let go. Admittedly, he's still younger than Cameron Jerome. And on top of that, you will see we spoke a lot about players, signings, that kind of thing. There is a load of players on trial with us because we can't loan them for we can't scout them for some reason. It doesn't allow us. So I'm having a look at some players. The best way to do that, if you can't scout, is to offer them all trials, and you can see which players are worthwhile bringing in. See, Tom Scott might be worthwhile bringing in. He's got some okay stats. Rocco Reese is not the greatest. Jordan Ayner's not good. He's gonna trial is going to go. Lewis Thomas is not that great. Hart's not great. See, this is a great thing to do. Put them in on trial. Decide whether you like them or not on trial. If you don't, end the trial, no problems. Joe Rose looks good. He's a possible player. Carriol, not really. We are moving up a league, so we want better players. Luke Freeman, I think I'll give Luke Freeman an opportunity. He looks good. Jake Taylor, not great. Johnny Saltmer is a no. James Holden is probably going to be a no. And you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to go for each individual player that's available. And those that have got the good stats, a lot they could do a job for us. I'll keep in. Jamie Jellis is a no. Catspert is a no. Harry Pritchard is a possible midfield position. Segundo Volante. Owen Wins. I just love saying that word. Maybe, but probably not. Josh Allen. Archie Heron. Probably not. Well, actually, maybe, because he's got potential. However, ladies and gents, the third and final bit of big news. We have signed Beckham on trial. Yes, we have. You may have spotted his name right at the bottom. Romeo Beckham is on trial with us, and his stats are a bit maybe. So, Alan Judge has a potential, but he's getting on in years, so I'm concerned about him. We will come back to these guys. We've got them available until the deadline. The deadline is on the 28th, which is a couple of days' time. I'll make a decision on the day, and then we'll tackle Brackley Town at home. 19th versus 1st at Agbra. I'll make a decision on those players. bring them in. If I fancy them, there's a defensive side of things I'm looking at as well. We have got Wheater. We brought him in. I'm looking defensively, so for that I might visit the or fee involved or loan fee. That's something I'll probably do in a mo. There we go. Let's have a little look at what's going on. So the best thing to do for this, they're asking us if we can do, but I think so. Never say never. I'm going to be coy. Let's have a little look at the loan market, shall we? Let's see what's going on here. Anyone listed for loan or for transfer? Any big players available? Tom Nixon is available. Could he do a job for us? Let's see. What are they asking for? 20%. Okay, let's see if they're willing to do it for 0. Are they willing to do it for 10? No, they are set in stone for 10. Maybe. Let's see how we do. Let's put an offer in for them. The problem is we can't scout him. See, outside the scouting scope seems to be off the board, despite the fact that we've got scouts. Yeah, we've got our lovely scout Paul Molesworth. He's good. He's decent. He's got some good stats for his scout. So I don't understand why we can't scout him. Clearly, there's something going on with the budget or something like that. Barnet, who are in the Vanarama National League, so they're only a league above us. Their players will be decent, but not mind-blowingly decent. I'd rather have someone from Doncaster, who are in League 2. Crawley, they're in League 1. You might be able to job for us. I'm more interested in defenders at the moment because we know we're going to get some attacking players in. Okay, so they want quite a bit for this guy. Let's see if we can negotiate them down. Pretty much set in stone at 60%. Let's try 50%. Okay, he wants quite. I'll accept it for now, and we'll have a little look. We could always cancel out at the last second. Someone from Yeovil. So we're having to do a bit of wheeler dealing here because I can't see the stats. I don't know much about the players, so it's very much a matter of taking punts left, right, and centre right this second. And again, we need defensive cover really. As you can see, the lower we go down, the more we start to enter the Vanarama League. So I'm really looking for someone in the upper half, the upper tiers. Again, we know York are in the same league side of things. Dorking, Crawley, we've done it off from. Okay, let's see how we go with those guys. Torquay United are in the Vanarama League South. See, we don't want like for like players. We want players that can potentially improve the team. So, yeah, that's the plan of action. So a couple of those, we can only do 2 anyway. Okay, that's just confirming that there's offers in place. Okay, Eastbourne Borough have gone in for Tom Nixon as well. I'm not going to tell him where I want to improve because technically it's defence across the board, really. A couple of solid defenders to have alongside what we've already got, just to boost the team a little bit in case we get any injuries or bookings. And we've hit the final day, so I'm going to have a little look and see what these players want. Joe Rose have approached my player. I'm going to approach him as well. Okay, let's get him in the team if we can. My plan was to wait until the last day, but they might have forced my arm here a little bit. Okay, if I ever do that, I'm going to give him an optional contract extension. We don't want him running down his contract. And then we lose him on a free. So I have to keep moving that around, is in the way. He's fighting me on this one. Okay, we'll give him the 4. I'll move him up to 1, 5, 200, 200, and what's a couple of quid? There you go. Worth it if we can get him over the line. Now, if we don't get Rose, let's go back through the goalkeepers. I'm not liking him, so might as well end his trial. Lewis Gray is out on trial. Tom Scott, I like the look of Tom Scott. He might be a good option as well, so we'll bring him in as a backup. Want a couple of grand. Okay. Rocco Reese, I wasn't falling over myself about. He's a bit average stats wise. Sorry, Rocco Reese. I'm sure he's not listening. Just in case I hashtag Rocco Reese by accident and he realizes I'm actually talking about him. Lewis Thomas is okay. I'll keep him a little bit longer. Hart is a no. Joe Rose, we've made an offer for. I quite like Joe Rose. He looked good. Carriol is no go. Now the big man is Luke Freeman. I did like the look of him despite his age. Very interested in getting this man in on a longish contract. A couple of years would be good. And he's more than happy to join straight off the bat. Good. Luke Freeman is interested. Jake Taylor is a no. Saltman, no. Terminate his choice. There's no point having these guys hanging around if it's a no. Jake Taylor said no to as well. So we're looking for quality now. We're trying to boost this team as we go forwards. Shaloya Remy, I'm going to say no. I just feel like at the end of the season, some more players could become available, and that will give us more opportunity. James Holden looks okay, but I'm not sure about him. I'll keep him on trial just in case, but he's probably going to be let go. It's a no to Luke Jackson. It's a little bit like a trial session for them all to impress. Yelis, he's not really. I'll keep him in case something desperate happens, but he's not up there. Casper's in no. Harry Pritchard, I like the look of. He looked like he could do a potential job for us as a backup, and I'll make him a segundo volante as well. Again, these wages are really high. Okay, he's willing to come in on a year contract, so that's good. In comes Pritchard. Windsor might do a job for us, but he's a forward. We don't need a forward. I'll keep him, but he's probably a no. Josh Allen. I think he's going to be probably a no. Mainly because I liked Archie Heron more. I think he's got potential. And that's what we will look at. I'll get him on a nice long contract for the potential. And we'll see how he develops over the years. Get him on 2 years maybe then. He's not willing to go with 1. He's desperate for that. So we're going to squeeze in an optional. No, not after promotion. We want the optional extension. We want to force it on him. I'll give him a couple of quid signing on fee as well. See if that sweetens the deal. You have to do it. Football Manager is all about sacrifice in that sense. Is he willing to take it? He is. Good. Okay, Heron's going to come on to the team. And very finally, I did look at Beckham, and I think we'll give it a go. I think we will. I think he's got something potentially to offer us. 5 games. Let's give him a couple of years. See if he's willing to come on the cheap. Yes, he is. Straight off the bat. Okay. So, couple of opportunities here. I'm also going to bring in a veteran. Don't know how long for. Alan Judge. I think he can do a job for us as well. Okay, he wants quite a bit. So let's just knock that down. I want force an optional contract extension on him. I won't give him quite as much as he wants. I think he could be a good player for us. I really do. Okay, so that's excellent. So we're looking at a few players here. If we can seal them, that'll be even better. I'm not sure what it'll do to the wage budget, but we'll worry about that later. Right this second, it's all about getting players across the line. Rose, the goalkeeper that we were after, is interested. That's great news. He's going to come on board. Pritchard, excellent. That's our Segunda Volante. And another goalkeeper. I don't think we need 3. So I think I'm going to let Tom Scott potentially go. I think so. Unfortunately, Tom, you're off. You've been Rejected. Rose is our backup goalkeeper. Aaron, good. He's the young man who we're after. Nixon, good. He wants to join us. Luke Freeman, who could sign it as his judge. Nixon, we've got on loan. Let's see how good he will be. Beckham. Hey, we signed a Beckham. Why not? And Malarkey. Let's see how good these guys do. Romeo Beckham could improve. We'll get him on some. Okay. We got an okay player in Malarkey. He's not great, but he'll do a job for us. And we also have Nixon, who again will do a job for us as well. This is a loan on purpose. We don't want to commit to players like that if we don't know they're going to be good. So it's very much a matter of bringing in players that we think will do well. Neubel. What has happened here? Okay, so they've gone in for a offer. Let's see if we can get Neubel, because I have been tracking him. I don't want him to go to a rival if we could have him as a player. He's 33, so he's got a bit of life left in him. Let's bring that down. So this part is all about signings for the season, signings for the coming matches. He's cost us nothing, so let's see how Neubel does as well. Tying up as many players as we can now to try and bring in more experience. He'll do a job for us, I think. Let's just tweak some stuff. So, development-wise, I'm taking control of their development. I want this man to be a pressing forward because I think that's where he'll be best. We've got a lot of players who can play attacking roles, and I want him to work on his shooting because his pace is acceptable. I'll let that be automatic. So we're just going to basically set up our team. So we've got a lot of players through the door. Dibble is leaving us. There's little point having him in and around the first team. We will allow our backup keeper, Joe Rose, to come in. So it's slowly starting to reshape the team a little bit here now. Zach Brown may end up being kicked out of the team as a result. We do have Downing, but we know McNally's our sort of centre-half partner. So Divine, potentially, we'll see what happens with Divine. I might have one of the backup players on the bench ready to go, one of our loanees, likely Tom Nixon, because I think he's got something to offer us, especially whilst Candola was on international duty. Candola's about as good. Romeo Beckham might be able to offer us something, and Cameron Jerome. Zach Brown, I'm not sure about, you see. Zach Brown was brought onto the bench to allow us a bit of freedom. I'm wondering whether Judge... I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's get rid of any players that are unavailable or not of use to us, really. Yeah, then we can have a little look at who we've got. Harry Pritchard or Judge. I think Judge looks the better player to have in the team now. Luke Freeman. I forgot about Luke Freeman. Perhaps Luke Freeman's the man to come in there. And Alan Judge for Zach Brown. So that is going to be a completely different team. We have the wiggle room. I'll play around with Nixon and all the rest of the players as we play Brackley. Brackley next, isn't it? Yep, Brackley at home today. Let's see how we perform. Don't forget also we're going to lose Kuya as well. Get Penny over onto the left for this match. Got Tom Nixon at right back, right full back. The rest of the team, Davies is safe for now. Freeman. Now this is an interesting one. Hemmings has done okay for us, but I don't think Hemmings is greatest, and neither is Kuya. So we have to get used to playing without those players. So perhaps the time is now to get these alternative players in. So Freeman can play on the left, and Cameron Jerome for Kuya, despite the fact that they've been brilliant for us. We've got to think to the future a little bit here. Hey, Alan Judge, Summerfield, one of our main men as well. Is it worth considering Judge? Let me know, guys, watching, what you think about bringing Judge in potentially. I think Judge might be a good option. Summerfield dropping to the defensive midfielder position, and Judge coming into the Segundo Volante position. Let's see how we go. Let's give that a go. Right, off we go. Let's kickstart the match. Once I give players some numbers. Right, okay. Well, Cameron Jerome deserves a decent number. Alan Judge deserves one as well. Sorry, Luke Freeman, sorry, that one. The rest of the players, we'll just have to fit them in and around. Joe Rose can have a 20 number. Judge can have a 27, and Tom Nixon will give him whatever's free afterwards. So there we go, because he's on loan, so he's not as critical. Okay, off we go. Let's see how we play against Brackley. This will be the match we play before the next part. See how we perform. So lots going on in this particular part. Lots of player signings, lots of changes to the team. We're starting to remold them, let them bring in real quality households that people are aware of. Cameron Jerome starts today. Nias is alongside him up front. Freeman, Judge have come into the team as well. How we perform, any time maybe to gel as well. Wheater's got it away. Oh, that was an opportunity there for Brackley straight away. Let's hope that's not a sign of things to come. Okay. Did we make too many changes? That's the question. Oh, took a deflection, that did. Thankfully, I think that was defended well. So Brackley are coming on strong in this first half. Let's see how we go. So we've got some okay stats for the new players. Judge, Freeman, Nias and Jerome looking good. Nixon, sort of, but he's come in purely because we're waiting for Divine to come back from injury to fully come back to fitness. Still 0-0 here at Agborough. We've had 3 shots, they've had 4. Nothing on target from either team so far. Possessions is actually 50-50 now. 25-minute mark. Still 0-0. Okay, Freeman's got a corner for us. What's he going to do? Passes it well to McNally. Oh, and we've got a goal. It's Jack Lambert. Jack Lambert, who's been moved into an attacking role, has buried it for us. Excellent play. McNally. Straight to Lambert. Nice. Right in that corner. So we lead against Brackley. 1-0 to Kidderminster. Thrown for Brackley. Looks like it's going to be a long throw. It is. And it's 1-1. We did not deal with that throw in at all. That was looked too easy, didn't it, for Brackley? That did. Hopefully that's just a blip and we pick things up again. So throwing Penny's got it on the left this time. Oh, and Lambert with a chance as a corner. Took a deflection. Blocked. Lambert takes the corner for us. It's cleared away. Lambert again. Now he's on the ball. Judge. He's tackled as well. The throw in. Let's see if we can get. I'm going to ignore these. Too much talking. Cameron Jones giving everything he can. He hasn't done anything yet. I think he's been in the box. That's the first time I've seen his name flash up on the screen when they scored the goal. Okay, still 1-1 as we approach half time. We have 111 points as it stands. Let's start the second half. I'm not happy neither necessarily, so let's see if they start to up their game. Penny's got a throw for us. Jerome holding it up. Good layoff. Summerfield's got it. Lambert now to Nixon on the right-hand side. What can he do? Nixon to Lambert. Oh, it was a chance for Nias. It was blocked. Big chance for my Nias. It's 50-odd minutes on the clock now. We're still going through. We're still 1-1. It's still a draw at the moment. Judge hasn't done the greatest. Hasn't performed the greatest in defensive midfield there. Segundo Volante position. I can't stop saying that. Lambert now on the right. Nixon to Summerfield. It's an effort from distance. It's going nowhere. Judge is technically our creative player, so he's not. He's had a few touches that we saw in the key highlights, but he's not done a massive amount yet. Jerome as well. I don't think he's going to last much longer. It's time to make a change. We'll get Kuya on. And we'll move Nias up front. See if Kuya can do something. Lambert with the corner kick. Opportunity. Oh, it's like head tennis inside there. Judge. It wasn't a good effort, Judge, at all. Kuya's already involved. We can see a strike there at the bottom against his name. Okay, we're approaching the 80-minute mark here now as well. Decisions, eh? Decisions. Davis, Ashley Hemmings, maybe? Don't think I'm quite ready to bring on Hemmings. We could risk Divine. Yeah, I think I might actually. I don't think that I don't think that Tom Nixon has done enough to convince me he's going to do much in this game. Now, Reese is technically coming back from injury. His injury wasn't critical. It was 4 or 5 weeks out, but he's back to that last bit of time. So let's stick Divine and see if he can do something. He's got a throw in for us. Judge whips it into a Nias. And we've got 2-1. Judge and Nias combining there. Divine coming on with a throw-in. I don't think he was massively involved other than the throw-in itself. Judge, Nias on the turn. Umar Nias, top corner. That is a finish. That is a finish. 2-1. Now, Brackley are on the attack. And they've immediately pegged us back. Now, I don't know, once again, if this is Football Manager playing silly beggars with you when you play a match like this, but 2-2 straight after we scored. Wouldn't surprise me if that was his first ever goal for Brackley as well. Such is the way the Football Manager is. And I said this in a previous part. It seems to me that we always have players who score for the first ever time for their team against us, against me and my teams. Madness. We're approaching the game. It's going to be a 2-2 draw. It's going to be disappointing, really. We should have won it 2-1 in the end. Umar Nias had a chance. The reason why I'm not too disappointed is if we remain unbeaten, 2-2 is okay. The next video, ladies and gents, we may or may not have played against Hereford United, our rivals. That will be the next game in a couple of days' time. I will end this video. You saw there we've made some signings. How do you reckon they did? I don't think Cameron Jones was particularly fantastic. Judge did well in the end. Nias, we know, is always going to be a great player, I think, at some point. Freeman looked a bit on the periphery. Nixon didn't do well. So we'll have to see. I've got a few extra players we can play around with. Let me know in the comments, chat. So follow, like, subscribe, do all the great things. Let me know what you think in terms of Kiddy Harriers and how we're going in general and how you reckon we'll get on when we move up a league, because we are promoted, ladies and gents, and that's what we should be celebrating. The board wanted us to be second. We're going to finish first. What's not to like? What's not to like? Great finish there to the game. It's 2-2. We should have won, admittedly, but I'm not an unhappy manager. Forward to the next match. I will leave that up for you guys to take a look at. There you go. That's fantastic. Thank you once again for joining me. I'll post this video up on YouTube. AJ Hardy 85. Check it out now, or X AJ 1985p. I'll see you guys again soon.